Fortis fortuna advait, or fortune favors the brave. What we call as fortune or good luck is nothing but a matter of persistence and hard work. Case competitions are a massive part of MBA life. We all want to win one someday. But sometimes we have to guess whether it is a matter of luck or strategy that will lead us to that great win. In this episode of Abhivyakti, Vaani, the Literary and Public Speaking Club of IIM Amritsar, heartily welcomes Kriti Gupta, the summer select for Flipkart Wired. She will enlighten us about the roadmap for solving a case competitions and also her experiences. Also, she will let us know about the tips and tricks to make your presentation stand out from others. She also has a secret for us and her mantra for success. So let us hear from Kriti about the case competitions and how to tackle them.
Thomas Jefferson rightly said, "I am a great believer in luck, and I find the harder I work, the more I have of it." So you see, there is a direct correlation between your hard work and your luck. Case competitions are an essential of every B.Sc. And there seems to be a myth that solving a case competition is a result of pure luck. However, I am here not just to bust those myths, but to prove from my experience that solving a case competition is a game of brilliant strategy. My Flipkart experience taught me a lot, from the things my team did right to the areas we could have improved. And I am here today to present a roadmap I have built to acing any case competition. Step 1, and probably the most crucial step, is to clearly understand the problem statement. It doesn't matter if you've read it 10 times, but you need to understand the deliverables that the problem statement expects from you. One way to do this would be to sit down with your team. Listen to the different interpretations of every member and then come up with the best possible approach to the problem statement. I still remember a colleague coming up to me one day and expressing how their submission was better than ours, emphasizing how lucky we were to get selected. For a second, when I saw their submission, I thought that luck was probably what played in our favor. Their submission had a lot of details and real-life examples to prove those. How could it possibly be rejected if not for bad luck? But then guess what? I read their problem statement, and even though the content they provided was substantial, it wasn't what the case competition asked from them. So you see how important it is to understand the problem statement right at the very beginning. The second step is brainstorming. It may not seem that important at the time, but it will prove to be a significant step later on. Sit down with your team members and let the ideas flow from one creative mind to the next. This is also a great team building exercise and will fetch you brownie points later on in the interviews. Listen to everyone's perspectives and back your points with enough facts and figures. Also, don't forget to resolve any conflicts calmly and devise the best possible solution. The third step, which is the research. Both primary and secondary research must be conducted for any case competition. Primary research involves floating questionnaires, taking interviews, focus groups, or even talking to an employee of the company. Even for us, the interview suggested that we should have talked to a Flipkart employee to understand the problem statement from their perspective and then take on the same. Secondary data is available all over the internet. So remember to leverage it and add weight to your solutions. The research will also help you to understand if you're headed into the right direction or if there may be a specific point of view that you may have missed. We have now come to the final step, presenting your solution effectively and acceptably. The solution you offer should take into consideration all the different stakeholders in the problem statement. When offering your solution, make sure to back it up with enough evidence to prove that it is realistically feasible and tackles the problem head-on. If your case competition is related to any specific domain, don't forget to add a few frameworks to justify your solution. Like we added HR and IBO frameworks. This way, you're presenting a concrete solution that can be implemented. And there you have it, the 4 golden rules to acing any case competition. For those of you who are still with me, I have a surprise for you all. After evaluating all the interviews that I've given till date, I have come up with a few factors that I think are the key to acing any interview. Let me share a few things I think have worked for me, including Flipkart. One would be tons of preparation. For my Flipkart interview, I read everything about the company, from their business model to their mission, vision, and its values. Since my interview was HR related, I also made sure to read all the news related to their HR department. I was ready with everything. But guess what? They didn't ask me anything related to Flipkart. So here's a lesson to be learned. No matter how much you prepare, always expect the unexpected. Another thing that always works for me is honesty. Whenever I talk about myself, I ensure that I'm being honest. Interviewers can usually find out if you're lying through your body language. So I would suggest that honesty is the best policy. The last and the most important tip would be your presence of mind. You can exponentially increase your chances of winning if you're able to read the interviewer's cues and build on them. I was asked a lot of open-ended questions for my Flipkart interview, but I always made sure to bring back my answers to the topic and somehow relate them to Flipkart. This will show the interviewer that you are attentive to detail, which will work in your favor as compared to other participants. I will end with a saying from Otto von Bismarck: "Only a fool learns from his own mistakes. A wise man learns from the mistakes of others." Thank you.